Vegas is gonna crush Montreal, they said. The North Division sucks, they said. Oh, Montreal's never gonna stand a chance against a real team, they said. Well, guess what? Look what's happening. And know what the big excuse is now? Now what I'm hearing, all the people backtracking, oh, well, they only beat them because Tavares was out of the series, Scheifele was out of the series, and Stevenson was out for most of the series. Like, the excuses never stop. Why can't people just accept the fact the Montreal Canadiens earned and deserve to be in the Stanley Cup final here? At some point, you can't keep playing the luck game. You don't luck your way through 3 series wins, including a sweep. Come on, man. Give your head a shake if you're thinking they're lucky to be this far. Yes, luck was a part of it. Let's not deny that. Let's not be completely ignorant. They're very lucky, okay? An 18th place team in the playoffs where there's only supposed to be 16 teams in there, they got lucky. Don't get that twisted. But at some point, you gotta be lucky to be good and good to be lucky. And the Habs very well made their own luck. You'll point to something like in the game where Fleury gave the gift to Josh Anderson to tie it 2-2, and then the Habs went and won it in overtime. Look how hard the Montreal Canadiens were working prior to that goal and after that goal to pounce on the Knights and make sure they made the most out of their lucky bounce to win that game, snag it in overtime. In that Jets series, look, I understand, Scheifele, probably their best player, was out for the majority of the series, but the entire Montreal Canadiens team never gave the Jets a second to breathe while playing in that series, and they just didn't have an answer. The Winnipeg Jets had zero answer for the way the Montreal Canadiens were playing as a team. One player cannot carry a team to victory through the playoffs. Just ask Connor McDavid and Austin Matthews. But I'm just kind of sick of all the excuses being made here. Because again, Habs fans aren't blind. Of course, there was some luck involved. There's some luck involved in every single Stanley Cup run ever. Okay? So you can't just come out here and say, oh, they just got lucky. Okay, at this point, that is not going to fly going into the Stanley Cup final here. And I bet you if they win, they're going to find something else, okay? Something else in the final that, oh, Montreal got lucky in the final. You know what I mean? So at some point, give the team the credit and zip it. And if you think about it, Montreal dominated and controlled play in that series against Vegas for the most of it, okay? Look, Vegas, game 1, they came out and they dominated the Montreal Canadiens in Vegas. I think the Habs were definitely intimidated by the fans, by the 18,000. They're in Vegas, the heat, everything like that. I think it got to them a little bit, and Vegas, they put the big boy pants on and they spanked them. Game 2, the Habs came back, played a controlling, very, very solid game. And yes, Vegas mounted a comeback near the end, and the Habs were able to hold on, but for the majority of the game, Montreal controlled the play. Game 3, that's the Marc-Andre Fleury gift game, the one where you give it to Josh Anderson. And who knows, if Fleury doesn't give that gift to Anderson, do the Habs tie that game and take the lead in the series? Who knows, we're not exactly sure here, but it happened. And give credit to the Habs for coming into that overtime on a mission and ending it relatively quickly. Game 4 is the one in Montreal where the Habs had a 1-0 lead all the way until midway through the third period when it was tied. And then in overtime, Nicolas Roy won it for the Vegas Golden Knights, but a very tightly contested game both ways. Solid game by Vegas, but also solid game by Montreal. Tight game, that one. Could have gone either way. Game 5 in Vegas was absolute domination by the Montreal Canadiens. It wasn't even close from the first whistle to the last one. The Habs dominated that game, and Vegas looked honestly disinterested, like they didn't want to be there. And Game 6, of course, the wildest one. Look, I thought it was pretty evenly played. It was up and down. It was tit for tat. But I thought more than Vegas, Montreal did control the play in that game. And when it was time to grab the bull by the horns, the Habs were able to do it with big goals at key times, including the overtime winner from Lekhonen. So, again, to me, the rightful winner of that series was crowned. And I do want to say hats off to Vegas fans in the comments who are being quite respectful and gracious and congratulating Habs fans and the Montreal Canadiens. Very good of you guys. I appreciate that. But look, it's clear as day that the Habs deserve to win this series. Even the Golden Knights, they know it. They mentioned it in their interviews there. And the rightful team has moved on. And this is the type of run that you live for as a hockey fan. So again, I've said it many times before here. Habs fans, do not take this for granted. Enjoy it, savor it, put it up on your wall if you have to. Just enjoy this one. You never know when another one's going to come. Okay, the last one, again, was 2014. That was round 3, though. And after Carey Price got hurt, it went downhill quick. So I think the last really magical one close to this was either 93 or 2010, the Yarrow Halak run. So that tells you, dude, this ain't going to happen every year. You have to enjoy it while you can. Go Habs, go Stanley Cup final. This is going to be awesome. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.